The government promises 5,000 extra beds for the NHS this winter, but critics say there aren't enough people to staff them.
Good morning from Skegness. A return to the Great British Staycation has led to seaside towns having lots of jobs on offer. But why are they struggling to fill some of them?
In sport this morning, as Chelsea confirmed the arrival of record signing Moises Caicedo in that British record fee, why the London club aren't done yet, with rivals Liverpool missing out again.
Well, police say two men who were stabbed in South London on Sunday were the victims of a homophobic attack. A man in his 20s and another in his 30s were stabbed outside the Two Brewers nightclub in Clapham High Street. They have since been discharged from hospital. No arrests have been made. A 5-year-old girl has suffered significant facial injuries after being attacked by a dog outside a corner shop. The attack happened in Norton, in Stockton-on-Tees on Saturday evening. Cleveland police said that the child had been hospitalized for treatment and the dog had been seized. A Force spokesperson said that the owner of the dog remained at the scene after the attack. Scotland's biggest teaching union says new recruits are leaving the profession because they are not being secured jobs. The Educational Institute of Scotland said many newly qualified staff were only being given short contracts. It urged the Scottish government to increase council funding to pay for more permanent jobs.
The union, which represents university lecturers and staff, has announced that it will step up its strike action in the autumn unless employers agree to meet for further talks. The University and College Union has decided to continue to boycott the marking of students' coursework and exams. It will also press ahead with multiple walkouts next month. Some branded food and drink products in supermarkets have more than doubled in price over the last 12 months. According to new research from Which, the consumer group analysed the prices of almost 26,000 products at 8 major supermarkets. It's calling on businesses to stock more budget range alternatives. 4 apps to help people lose weight could be used by the NHS in England under draft health guidance. The body that approves the use of new treatments, NICE, is recommending 4 online platforms because traditional face-to-face services are unable to keep up with demand. The apps could prescribe weight loss drugs alongside healthy eating, exercise and psychological support. Food price inflation has fallen again and now stands at 12.7% for the last month. That's according to the latest data from the market analyst Kantar. Prices are still up year on year across supermarkets. The price of some staple items like milk and sunflower oil have gone down. Sales of own brand goods increased by almost 10%.
And if you think your summer holiday was adventurous this year, think about what these guys are doing. Almost 200 years after Charles Darwin's famous voyage to the Galapagos Islands, a team of naturalists are sailing from Plymouth today, retracing his journey.
Yes, the team will mirror the biologist's journey around South America and across the Pacific to New Zealand and Australia. That, of course, is the voyage he made on the Beagle at the age of just 22. The crew is going to call in at ports around the world where they will be met by young scientists.
What a trip that is going to be,
yeah,
eh?
That's very adventurous. Now, the windmill that was used in the film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang has gone up for sale.
Copston Windmill, it was called. It was the home of Caractacus Potts, played by Dick Van Dyke. Yeah. It's in the village of Ibston in Buckinghamshire. It has a guide price of £9 million.
What?
It
was. Do you know what type of mill it was, John? Shall I tell you?
Tell me.
It was a smock mill. And it was built in around 1816. And the outside of the mill was, of course, restored by the film's producers. Now, that film there looks glorious and happy and beautiful and like children are going to watch it and love it. But do you remember The Child Catcher?
It was terrifying.
It was the scariest film I've ever seen in my life.
It still is. I saw it quite recently. It's still absolutely terrifying.
Scariest film character ever.
Yeah, think about that when you pay £9 million for the windmill.
Let's look at this morning's newspapers, shall we? Starting with the Daily Telegraph. They report how the Children's Commissioner for England is calling for young people's views on the pandemic to be at the heart of the ongoing COVID inquiry.
The Daily Mail this morning has a warning on the front page for parents about dangerous TikTok trends. It follows comments by the new chairwoman of the Association of Police and Crime Commissioners, Donna Jones, who says parents need to stop their children taking part. in the behaviour. This is where a TikTok will suggest some sort of activity and that kids head out and apparently do it.
One of the most read articles on the BBC News website this morning is about an explosion and a fire at a petrol station in Dagestan in southern Russia, which has killed at least 27 people. The cause of the incident is not yet known.
And have a look at this. A day before the Lionesses take on Australia in the World Cup, a young Alessia Russo is pictured on the Daily Mirror's front page with her two older brothers wearing Italy shirts. Would you believe it? The paper says it was the player's Italian grandfather who inspired her love of football. But since those days, she and her brothers have both switched allegiance and now they're proud England fans.
I think that's allowed.
I think it's allowed.
Only because the Italy kit... Well, the Italy kit's so cool.
Yeah, that's true.
It's such a nice shirt. Why not wear it?
Totally right. Yeah.
Really cool. And have a look at this, everybody. We talked about this yesterday. The annual Perseids meteor shower, which is crossing over the night sky in this image here over Austria. It occurs every August when the Earth passes through debris and dust of the swift Tuttle comet. Isn't that beautiful?
And you saw it last night.
I saw it, John. I'm so excited. Well, at least I think I did. I'm not sure.
Your glasses were a bit misty.
I'm not sure, but because we spoke about it with the professor yesterday, didn't we? He said where to look, and if you look in the sky northeast, which I did last night, and there was a little break in the clouds, and I definitely saw what looked like lots of little tiny shooting stars. It was beautiful. And no, I didn't take a picture. I just enjoyed the moment.
So you have no evidence of this?
No evidence, but it was magical.
And what...
Didn't look like that.
That wasn't this morning, this was last night?
That was last night, yeah.
What, so like 9-ish, 10-ish something?
Yes.
It was just a break in the clouds?
Yes.
Good stuff. I also quite... There's a couple of surveys this morning in the papers about ways to stay living for longer.
Oh, OK.
There's a thing that says if you use your phone to do puzzles, it keeps your brain active and you live for longer.
Now, that sounds like a good idea.
Mowing the lawn cuts the odds of dying early as well.
Oh, well, you'll be fine. Because you do that a lot.
I've done it once in weeks. But there we go. If you do a puzzle while mowing the lawn, you're going to be immortal.
Let's have a look at the front pages, shall we, this Tuesday. The Times leads with the EU rejecting Britain's attempts to create a new migrant returns agreement, which the Prime Minister was hoping would help tackle the small boats. The Express directs a message to our neighbour France, asking if they can actually stop the boats for £480 million. The Metro reports on NHS waiting lists, looking at how the time it would take cancer patients to see a specialist might increase. A 7% boost to state pensions, a headline on the Eye, which says the government pledges to honour triple lock, matching inflation or wage growth. The Guardian's front page has Republican paramilitaries getting hold of the information leaked in the police service of Northern Ireland's data breach. Another day, another attack. The Metro looks at a dog attack which left a 5-year-old girl in hospital. The Daily Mail runs an exclusive on parents needing to get a grip and stop their children from joining what they call dangerous TikTok. Telegraph reports on the Children's Commissioner insisting young people's views must be at the heart of the pandemic investigation. The FT today focuses on Saudi Arabia and the UAE's aim to be leaders in AI after purchasing NVIDIA chips. And the Daily Star believes it has evidence that black panthers are among us, with this picture on the front page of a large cat roaming the UK countryside. Hope it's not that near. If you want to see any of those front pages again or read the stories, then do scan the QR code on your screen.